Brittany, Misha, and I began with presenting students with a cross-curriculum investigation into the issues of food deserts. What are they? What are the impacts? What are the solutions? And how can students play an active part in the solution? Food deserts are found in areas where access to affordable, good quality, nutritious food is limited, mostly in rural and urban areas. Implications of living in a food desert have dire consequences for an individual's health, especially the development of diabetes and obesity. Residents of food deserts may rely more on convenience stores and fast food restaurants since access to grocery stores is limited. These convenience stores and fast food restaurants don't typically sell the variety of foods needed for a healthy diet, such as fresh fruits, vegetables, whole grains, fresh dairy, and lean meat products. If they do sell them, they often cost more than they do at grocery stores, and this puts those who live in a food desert at a financial disadvantage. Students would begin their journey investigating food deserts through a variety of activities that focus on communication, research, and reflections on their learning. We first have students identify their opinions about access to fresh food in their own communities and observe location patterns of food deserts using USDA database and brainstorm the potential causes and consequences of food deserts, working in both pairs and working in groups. During this portion of our cross-curriculum instructional plan, we continuously required students to reflect, share, and convey their ideas verbally in class through discussion in pairs as well as in groups. They were also required to complete reflections digitally on Padlet. We charged the students with the task of becoming civically involved as well. We had students create a 2D plot of a community garden in which they had to use formulas to price out the cost of their garden. They were given a budget and they had to research the cost of the number of bags of soil needed, seeds, as well as plot them appropriately according to their directions, like how much room the plant would take up once grown, and they had to acquire basic gardening tools. Plan for that. Once students created a 2D plot of their garden, they were given the task to use Minecraft to construct a model of their community garden. The goal of this activity was to provide an engaging, problem-based learning experience that involved the use of technology, creativity, and collaboration within the gamified Minecraft platform. So what happens when you leave students alone to learn and discover? Creativity and critical thinking. Students were engaged. They were no longer wanting to escape our class. They were excited to learn. We made the student the center of his or her learning environment. We created a lesson that they will be talking about hopefully for years. Students also had to create and gridded their own raised bed garden, which were designed to help combat food deserts in their community. They collaborated with their peers as well as members of the community using math, science, technology, and hands-on creativity to construct a raised bed garden that will contain the plants they chose and mapped out in their 2D garden plot as well as in their Minecraft garden simulation. Students compared their calculations of area, cost of goods, and the amount of soil needed from their original 2D design to the actual garden that they planted and reflect on what worked and what did not. In building this community garden, it combined the 4 C's, but it also created a sense of pride in what the students had accomplished and an acknowledgement that they were able to find solutions to problems that affected those around them. Food deserts may have been something that they weren't associated necessarily with in their area, but they discovered it was so much more and that it was definitely could be a global problem. From the reflections, while piloting the program, to the feedback from classmates and students, we see the importance of creating this project, how it relates to the 4 C's, and how it answers the question, why are we learning this? We also see how we can build on the project to create something slightly different from where we started and be open to discover something just below the surface. Thank you for listening.